What's this? Did you think dog? It's not static. What's this? Did you think a what? A weed? Leaf? The dichotomy between natives and settlers. Well, in 1492, you've heard me say this before, the mentally ill landed here because they're processing the words, processing the world with words. Like, because it just like, kills it. The whole problem with our species is that, that's different than here. Instead of the repeating truth phenomena, RTP, the natives were processing the world as the world. Well, then we have this, the way that the alphabetic technology gets fed to us, there's sensory deprivation because we read them, we read the words, and we hear it in our ears. Okay, but when you spell tree, there's not a tree. You don't see a tree, and so there's a sensory deprivation when the alphabetic technology is fed to us. And so what that does, it will be a more precise way of life to think. But at this time, it's just a victim. Our minds are victims of propaganda that's fed in because of the sensory deprivation. When we're outside, you're here with me and the puppies. You got all your senses are all in one piece. You know, but then with the alphabetic technology, you read it and like if I wrote something, you would rereading it and you hear me in your ears, but I'm not in the room. Rubber room for you. No, for our whole species right now. And so, that is really the adventure. The natives were like your finger. Move your finger model of the internet and me and you in it. The future of our species is that come back to all that full circle because the natives wanted everybody to read their mind. A mother, when she has a new baby, she wants it to read her mind. The baby wants mommy to read their mind. We're all one body, okay? And thanks to the internet, we're going to be able to do that with alphabetic technology. And then, it's like, with to get back to bring it full circle, is that when a mama shifts back to the Gregorian calendar brain trap, where it's all word based, it's like, oh, I'm this word and I'm that word, and that is where the postpartum depression comes. Like a soldier out in the field, one with body, life or death. Shift back into the word world. That's where PTSD comes from. And so this is a great opportunity for our species. It's a good thing, but you have to admit that you have the alphabetic technology processor that's been installed and the world before your eyes. Okay, and so that you're not, that sensory deprivation and all the symbolism that has taken hijack of you, and your adventure from the symbolism world back home is you want everybody to read your mind, just like this. A cell starts a step, a snowflake an avalanche, a zerbert a move. And so, yeah, that is your adventure inside of you, because when you leave the Gregorian calendar, nothing goes away. All right, you end up gaining your life back because you admit the way we got our language, our ABC processor too, to process the world with words. This is that. You're this. You're that. Is wrong. Because what's happened as far as the hijack is concerned, everybody's blaming the living for the broken species. But when you realize we're born to a broken species, no fault of the living, then you start making your adventure back home to universal native object logic with the alphabetic technology processor. So we amplify our lives with technology, ABC Cave Paint, the way that it's fed, the way that we process the world. And that is the future of our species. So, friends, I'm using this as a practice for a bigger project. And, you're not going to, you're giving me money so you won't have to use money in the future. So I love you. It's early on in the game. And so pass this around. It's, I mean, where's the honest 4-year-old in you? That's what you want. Why are 4-year-olds the strongest negotiators on the planet? Because they still have their universal native object logic. They still think from Earth. They're not hijacked onto the Gregorian calendar with a bunch of words in their head. But you have to admit that the ABC processor new, all right, is in your head, and there's the real you that's there that has nothing to do with that. You see the world as it is. You live the world as it is, not how you're told to live with the sensory imbalance by the way it's fed. And so that's the dichotomy between the settlers and the natives. And so we have a bunch of people on autopilot governed by a processor that's new, never processed the world with words before, and we're them. And so this is a wonderful time in history. It's a one-time evolution. And so please, relax your mind, shut off the word parrot, and be from this earth. Because the whole made-up world, the world of fiction that we're put into, it ain't going nowhere. So I love you, friends. Go down there and click. Make me happy. Bye-bye. Hope I give you your life back. What's that worth anyway?